Out of all the anime I've watched, there's one that has a pretty solid spot at my number 1, and that anime is Demon Slayer.
Don't ask me where I'm at, you know? I'm somewhere where you can't be, you know what I mean? Look at them cows. What's good? What's up? Fuck them in there, boy.
Every single episode of this show has this majestic and effortless flow to it. The environments feel real, from crowded cities full of life to treacherous forests crawling with whatever this thing is. The world is just so vibrant, and it gets real flashy sometimes, but it never feels like they're doing too much. As for the story, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of basic. But what makes Demon Slayer so great isn't just the story or just the animation. It's all about the vibe. The combination of these elements make it this huge spectacle that you can't afford to miss. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, your professional vibe assessor, to take you on an incredible journey through this world created by Gotoge-san and brought to life by Ufotable. Ufotable. I said it both ways, so like y'all can't get upset at me in the comments. Tanjiro is such a kind, sweet, caring individual, and it's these types of people that the hands of fate turn into fists and just beat to a bloody pulp. This kid's going out providing for his family, doing his thing, getting to the bag, and then one day he comes home to his entire family slaughtered by a demon. And not just any demon, the demon, Kibutsuji Muzan, who can turn people into demons. So just when it seems like all hope is lost for our boy, he finds his younger sister Nezuko, and she's still alive. It's here that we meet Giyu Tomioka, a Hashira, which are the highest ranking fighters in the Demon Slayer Corps. He notices that this boy is protecting this so-called monster, so he decides to test Tanjiro's resolve. In their short battle, Giyu shows him what it really takes to protect the ones you love. Willpower alone isn't enough to beat someone with years and years of experience. You need to move quickly, stand up, and fight through your fear. He's met many people like Tanjiro, kids who crumble under pressure, who are willing to blindly sacrifice their lives when faced with something that seems impossible. If Tanjiro dies, Nezuko won't have anyone left. They need each other, and Giyu knows this, so he sends Tanjiro to the mountains to give him a chance to prove himself and get stronger. His first mission is to find Urokodaki Sensei, the man who will teach him to be like water, calm enough to flow effortlessly and strong enough to handle the weight he carries on his back. Tanjiro spends almost 2 years in the mountains before he's finally ready to participate in the final selection, which is the last step to becoming a true Demon Slayer.
Y'all want me to cut this in half? Like, is there a trick to it? Maybe he means in a metaphorical sense, like I'm supposed to overcome myself or something. I don't know what I'm.
You see this boulder? Wait, who are you? While you was playing a house in your little cottage up in the mountains, I was up here cutting 12 boulders a day with your mom. Why Sabito sound like low tier god? Sabito and Makumo are two wayward souls who help Tanjiro overcome this challenge. And Sabito, he's intense. He tells Tanjiro straight up how weak he truly is, how he's not fit to be a demon slayer because he doesn't trust himself. He whines, he complains, he shows fear, all things that would mean death on the real battlefield. He can't afford to second guess himself, not when he has to protect Nezuko. So Sabito is there to push Tanjiro past his limiting beliefs, so he can cut through this boulder and move forward, so he can save Nezuko, stop Muzan, to go farther than anyone that's come before him. Fight. Fight, Tanjiro, pound it into the marrow of your bones. If you aren't moving forward, death is catching up, so keep running. No matter what you see out there, you can't stop moving. Do not give up. The 12 Kizuki are the strongest demons under Muzan. And of course, on one of his first few missions as an official demon slayer, Tanjiro runs into Rui, Lower Moon 5. Needless to say, it doesn't go too well. But even with a broken sword, Tanjiro doesn't quit. Come on, he's an anime character. In a last-ditch effort, he musters all of his remaining strength and remembers his father. All the lessons from Giyu, Sabito, Urokodaki, and his father's dancing come together in this beautiful display of strength in the form of a flaming dragon. And it fails. That was the combined strength of him and Nezuko, and it couldn't even kill one of the lowest ranked demons in the 12 Kizuki. How much more work will it take to be able to even touch Muzan? Was the 2 years of training for nothing? The Hashira, they're on a completely different level, but how? What does it take to become someone who can protect everyone. Zenitsu and Inosuke are the first few people Tanjiro meets that are around his age and combat level. So after learning from all these wise old guys or wise dead guys, it was a complete 180 from what he was used to. Zenitsu is very neurotic, always running around screaming his head off, and Inosuke,
what the dog doing?
But after going on their mission, Tanjiro learns the importance of having people on your side that you can trust, not only to fight with, but to hang out with and just be boys. Nezuko may be a friendly demon and Tanjiro's only surviving family member, but she's still a demon. She doesn't talk, she can't watch the sunset, or even enjoy some kelp rice balls after a long day of training. Having allies you can depend on is more important than just raw strength. But there are some exceptions. There are freaks of nature in the Demon Slayer world who just go in dolo, chopping demons' heads off left and right like meat. Rengoku is a very quirky man. He's this ray of sunshine with this contagious positivity that just makes you want to be a better person. Rengoku's confidence in himself doesn't come from nowhere. He grew up training relentlessly to become someone that everyone can depend on. He didn't really have anyone to support him. His father, Shinjiro, gave up on his Hashira duties after realizing he could never be the strongest. So he became this drunk, cynical old man who felt like he had nothing to live for after the death of his wife. But not our boy. After his mother passed, Kyojuro Rengoku vowed to become the next Flame Hashira and use his strength to protect those who can't protect themselves. Fast forward to Tanjiro meeting Rengoku for the second time. The first time,
we shall execute them both.
You know, he became Rengoku's apprentice and learned what it means to set your heart ablaze. After tapping into his true potential and using Hinokami Kagura to kill Lower Moon 1, Tanjiro could barely move. So then this slime ball Upper Moon 3 shows up and he tries to kill Tanjiro. Akaza is on a completely different level from any demon we've seen Tanjiro fight so far. He moves faster than you can see, he regenerates instantly, and he's got Rengoku on defense. It's clear to Rengoku that he's not coming out of this fight unscathed, but that doesn't stop him from giving Akaza the fight of his life. Their battle lasts until sunrise, and Akaza, he runs away. All demons must hide from the sun, unless they wish to be killed. Tanjiro is the one who says how cowardly the demon is, claiming to be the strongest life form while running away from that which gives life. It's ironic, isn't it? To live forever, you have to abandon life itself. The flame in your heart is replaced by a dark, murky cloud. But when you live to protect rather than destroy, that flame is never extinguished. Tengen is a weirdo. He has this old school shinobi way of living with polygamy and self-sacrifice, but he's just so ostentatious. When we meet him, the first thing he does is just manhandle everybody. He's spanking girls, kidnapping children, calling himself God. He's wilding. We're just sitting here like, okay, this guy's a piece of garbage. But no, people actually love Tengen. And the reason for this is because he embraces being the weirdo. He'll do anything to protect his own. He's willing to be the martyr for the people he cares about. Growing up as a shinobi, Tengen was trained to only be concerned with his clan's survival. But a life like that has no flair, no excitement, no love. And he watched almost all of his siblings die, not being strong enough to keep themselves safe. So he chose to be the outlier. He took a different path, the path of becoming the Sound Hashira. Upper Moon 6, Daki and Gyutaro. I can't really find the right words to describe this sequence of events, so boom, Daki's over here cooking Tanjiro.
The hair, the jacket, the face. Just looking at you makes me sick. Oh, I know, you should become a demon. You'd be a lot less repulsive.
Tanjiro got tight and he like, then Nezuko hop out the V. Boom. You said who ugly? Then this dude Gyutaro show up.
Once there was an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end.
Turns out Gyutaro is actually about it. So him and Tengen boxing, mink, 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 everything on fire. everybody's shot. Then Gyutaro start bugging out too. He like, Hashira pack in the air, DSK, we smoking all y'all deads. He start flicking Tanjiro in the head, he's bugging out. Then Tanjiro snaps again, obviously, awakens his Slayer mark, and then, big explosion. I don't know how any of them survived, besides Inosuke. That checks out. Like, Inosuke, he's like immortal. I don't even know. Like, he got stabbed he moved his organs around, so he, like, what? So after the events in the entertainment district, Tanjiro gets immediately dispatched to the swordsmith village, where we're finally reaching the halfway point in the story. We got 2 Hashira, 2 Upper Moon demons, Genya. It's a stacked lobby. But Tanjiro, something clicked in this man's brain. Early in the series, he overthinks almost every move he makes, and when he finally figures out how to beat the demon in front of him, he's either too slow or too weak to take him out. But little by little, we watched him learn himself. He studied his own shortcomings rather than looking for openings in his opponent. He started to feel his way through the battle instead of just thinking so hard about what the next move is. He's beginning to become one with his blade, with that fire burning inside of him, and with a little help from Nezuko, his Nichiren sword turned bright red. And y'all know what happens next. So at the time of this video's release, season 3 is currently airing and it's like halfway through. So I don't want to put any manga spoilers in this video. This is a strictly anime only video. However, if you do want me to talk about the manga, what would be season 4, 5, etc., let me know in the comments, because I love Demon Slayer. It's my favorite anime. I said it in the beginning of the video. Demon Slayer is my favorite anime. Let me know if you want me to talk about the manga. Also, y'all running it up, I appreciate that. That's pretty much it. That's all I really got to say. I'm terrible at outros.